what you're saying. Nani? Get out my business, okay?
Hey, how you guys doing? My name's Hero, that's Eric, and we are the combination of A plus B equals C, and that's the identity booth for you. The taglines will come along. Don't worry about that. We're here to talk about something important for all intents and purposes. We can all agree that racism is bad, but apparently a lot of people across the world haven't figured this out. And the reason why this is the subject of a topic and not the fact that Italy is another title, a world title, is because of the reaction to a losing team. The TLDR of this story is basically the UK, not the UK, the British soccer team had to go to penalty kicks, PKs, and it ended with them missing the last 3 attempts, giving Italy the win, especially since they scored a goal in record time in this game. So this game had a lot riding on it. And it was a game that was halted from last year. It was supposed to be a celebration of people coming back into stadiums. This was the most viewed Euro soccer match in the world. It had all the telling signs of things that you want to see. But the thing that kind of stuck out the most to me was they had a moment where both players on both sides of the team both decided to take a knee in solidarity to speak out against racial inequality and injustice, which is a sentiment that has been seen happening a lot in America. It was popularized by our sports teams, and a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people try to conflate it with other things, but ultimately what it stands for is an inequality and an injustice system and bringing attention to it. As players, that's the most we can ask for, since they are not our leaders and politicians. Not everyone can be Ali, right? So with that tidbit, we had a situation where a 19-year-old black boy was put in a position to take the last final shot that would dictate them winning or losing. And before we even get into the outcry and outburst in the political scheme of this, can we just talk about how that is just too much pressure? As a coach, you let that player down. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how you had 7-year veterans on your team, 20-year veterans on your team going first? The Odins should have landed on them. The young whippersnappers should have led the pack versus having all that pressure being put on them. The lineup was horrible, so the coach really let me down with that. But moreover, you know the optics of this situation. British team had their own fans booing them before every match until the federation came out and said this is unacceptable. So the fans would come there to cheer them on to win, but 5 minutes before they go on the field, they're booing them because they're taking a knee. Eric, what are your thoughts on this?
What do you I don't know. I can't even. Y'all know me. I was never a fan of the kneeling at your job. I'm never gonna be a fan of that. I understand what it's there for. You got plenty of other time to do it, so do it on your own damn time. Don't do it on my time. I'm paying for this time. I need you to do what I'm asking you to do, not what you feel like doing. So if you don't like it, hey, the people who don't like the person that took a knee, you paid to go there. So I don't want to hear from you. But at the same time, if I'm paying you, I'm not paying you to put out your own ideas. I'm paying you to shut up and dribble this soccer ball. That's what I'm paying you for. Like Laura Ingram said, shut up and dribble. That's all I need you to do.
There's something to be said about that. And obviously players are entitled to being more than just people attached to ropes and money. They are individuals. They have their own ideology. But I'd like to hear a speech on the coach. This was the coach that set up the bracket for them. And like I said, that was a major letdown. So let's just get a little glimpse from him.
20 minutes. We were a little bit short in that period. Then it's my decision who takes the penalties. It's not a case of players not volunteering or more experienced players backing out. They didn't have the chance. That was my choice, nobody else's. My decision to give the guys that took it the penalties that they took. Still got huge belief in them. So those boys have done a brilliant job, and we heal together as a team now, and we're there for them. And I know that 99% of the public will be as well,
hope that
they will appreciate how well they've played. Bukayo in particular has been an absolute star in this tournament. Incredible maturity, the way he's played. Has brought a smile to so many people's faces. He's become such a hugely popular member of the group, and
and I just wanted to like play that segment for you because there's context in that. He did pick the lineup, and that's something that's super concerning to me. So that lets me also know he didn't think about the optics of the shot, like how they were going to go out and how they do that. But like that's the small scope. The bigger picture is the Prime Minister Boris Johnson and one of his interior secretaries. They also came out and condemned the actions and the racist, vile actions of the fans of the soccer match. But it's kind of landing on deaf ears because Boris Johnson is a monster in himself. And the fact is, 6 weeks ago, he was tweeting about how people taking a knee were doing it for character purposes. And that reigns deep. You know, shit rolls downhill. And if the leader of their country, the prime minister, is speaking like that, what makes you think a bunch of
hold on, but what does that mean? They're doing it for character purposes. Like you got to unpack that. What does that mean?
It's a dog whistle. It has its racial undertones.
What if he's saying it because they're of their character? That's why they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
No. His because we also have a track record of Boris Johnson. He's said way more racist things, a bit more direct. He's saying that he's just they're putting a political flair. They're just doing this for basically virtue signaling purposes.
Apparently.
Yeah, like he's basically saying they were virtue signaling and that their actions were just to make them look good, not so much to do anything about the problems. But let's be clear. One of the three athletes that are receiving a lot of this crazy feedback is a person who donated his whole entire check for a year to feeding kids in his area, and it was so appreciated and so loved. They built a bronze statue in his name, and it was defaced with racial slurs on it just because he missed a fucking kick. We were talking about earlier how 1/3 of the world went into starvation because of the pandemic, and here these assholes are treating a dude badly over a game.
I don't. That kind of stuff is unfortunately it's the way the world is. I'm not shocked by any of this stuff anymore. These people, they're upset that their country lost, and they're putting. Because here's the deal. If he makes the kick and they win, they would have been over there giving fellatio to that bronze statue. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something that they're doing because they're pissed off at this guy like it's his fault. Number one, he's not the coach. He didn't put the lineup. Number two, it's also, again, what do you expect? It's the UK. It is the UK. I've not heard very many good things about how some of the ruling class people over there feel about the outsiders coming in, the dark skinned people coming in from Africa and the Middle East and just taking over their country. They don't like it, and they treat, from what I hear, I don't have any experience or knowledge or any data statistics in front of me. Just the stuff that I see doesn't ever seem good. So I'm not shocked, but I mean, we can't. Getting upset for people for being idiots is an exercise in futility, in my estimation, but I could be wrong.
Well, and if we want to use anything as an expression, we can point to the royal family, the Duchess and the Prince. Look at how they were ostracized by their own family, by their own people, and how quickly they fled to another country, forgoing security, forgoing any type of like protection or anything like that. It speaks magnitudes about the character of this country and the things that they're willing to do.
I can't disagree with you, bro. Like, but again, these people over in soccer, football in America is not like it is over there. It is football. International football is to the rest of the world as American football is to America. People do absolutely insane things for their city, for their state, or country for that matter, when we're talking about international football. And these people, it is a religion. They worship these people. I mean, it's unlike the stuff it's unacceptable in my opinion. I'm just I don't know, bro. I'm tired of I'm tired of talking about it.
The thing that you and it sucks that we have to talk about it, but it's something that we have to put in the face of people, because soccer is supposed to be the most universal sport. It's easy to do. The bar of entry is extremely low, but when situations like this arise, it really makes you wonder, like, what other things are people doing to kind of hinder or kind of prolong people from getting it? Because we can easily say sports like the Winter Olympics truly do isolate people out of there, because people from Papua New Guinea aren't snowboarding. Sorry. So why is the Winter Olympics nationally recognized or internationally recognized? It shouldn't be. This is a sport that needs to definitely have consequences for the action, because it's too big, it's too broad, and it involves too many different nationalities and races for us not to be putting the kibosh on racist activity. It just has to stop. And I think consequences need to come from the top down. And that starts with the prime minister acknowledging his woeful, idiotic behavior with dealing with this situation. But that's just our opinions. That's just our thoughts. If you feel differently, go fuck yourself. But for everyone else, Eric, where can they find us?
Right here on Twitch. Make sure you go down, hit that heart, hit that bell. And then if you really about it, man, make sure you take your Amazon Prime membership that I know you got, because most of y'all got y'all got two free to all subscribers. Then go over to YouTube. Make sure you hit the sub over there, man. Turn the post notice to all. Then click that link tree. You can find us on Anchor, TikTok, Twitters. We on the Instagrams. You know, and shoot, we Visa everywhere you want to be.
Hey. Y'all take care of yourselves, man. We'll be back with the next show segment, and we'll get all this stuff figured out. But be kind to each other, man. Take care of each other. Because it's a game. It's a soccer ball. It's a game.
But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. Been working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on my line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down and we can catch the vibes.